Hi there, I'm Andrea Garvey. I'm a full-time artist who quit her incredible day job because I wanted to follow my dream of making art. And also, I really love inspiring other people to tap into their creativity because I really truly believe that is our superpower. So in this video, I am going to share the reasons why I keep a sketchbook practice and how it has been so instrumental, not only in my life, but in my art journey. And you may be thinking, I can't draw. I'm not good enough. I have no idea what to sketch. I have no time. I've started and I've stopped, and I can't do this. And I want to share with you my 6 awesome tips on how you can start your sketchbook practice today. Okay, here's the first one. There are no rules. You can be messy. You can start on page 7. You can start at the end. You don't even have to fill it. There's no deadlines. There's no time constraints. You can use any medium you want. So I use a micron pen for a lot of my sketching, and I don't go with pencil because I find that when I use a pencil, it makes me actually want to be perfect. So I'll erase my lines and then I'll go over them. So I stopped doing that a few years ago, and it has really been helpful. So I would recommend that you don't worry about how your page looks. And by using a pen, you almost have to not worry about how it's going to look. I just would let go of even what it's going to look like and really just enjoy the process of spending that time and being present and actually moving your hand around and making marks, because that's really what it's all about. Having a sketchbook is not really even about illustrating. We may see a lot of sketchbooks online and on social media of sketching of people, of realistic things, but your sketchbook could be literally your marks. It could be your colors. It could be things that you love. It could be looking at something out there that's realistic and you want to create it in an abstract fashion. That's why there's just no rules. So when you see some sketchbooks online, don't worry if yours don't look like that. Mine are all over the place. I'll show you, I have so many different things going on in my sketchbooks and I don't judge them. Okay, number 2, this is a good one. I think they're all good, but this is a really good one. Your sketchbook is just for you. That's right. Nobody has to see it unless, of course, you want to share it. But this is your private playground. This is a place for you to experiment, to explore, to express yourself. Nobody needs to see it. It's only for you. So there's no need to be precious about your sketchbooks, which is awesome. Number 3, create a habit. That is so important. How do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated to actually do your sketching, whether it's every day or on the weekends or whatever time you want to do it? So let me tell you a little story. When I was 10 years old, I lived next door to an incredible painter. Her name is Terry Katz-Kasimov. I love her dearly. I would go over to her house when I was like 10 and I would paint, and she would paint beautiful things and I would paint with her. And she told me, she said, listen, if you can keep a sketchbook and you can practice for 10 minutes a day, just doodling, just doing whatever you can do, it will really form a great eye-hand coordination and muscle memory, and it will make you a better artist. So years go by. Of course, I don't really do that. And I go to school and I had my jobs, and then I got married and had a family. But since I have quit my day job and I have been a full-time artist for the last 6 years, I have been doing my sketchbook practice. And I'm telling you, it's made me a better artist. So one of the things that helps create a habit could be that you find a great challenge for yourself. And you can find tons of challenges online, on social media. One challenge I just set for myself, I didn't really even know about it. I just did a flower a day for a year. And I started with pencil and I ended up doing it in pen and then adding watercolor to them. And the first flower to the last flower is like night and day. So you can find some really great challenges. Absolutely don't have to do one every day for a year, but you could do maybe one on Fridays, or one where you do them each day for 10 minutes for a month. You just try it for a month and see that you'll get into it, and you'll see if you like the challenge or not. And also about challenges, just side note, don't ever feel guilty about not starting them on day 1. You can start them on day 12. Doesn't even matter. Just want to throw that out there to anybody who thinks about challenges and starts them and can't finish them. All of us do that. So don't even worry about it. So the other thing with habits is, for me, when I did my flower every day, I also did it at the same time in the morning. So maybe to create a habit for your sketchbook could be that you are going to do it in the morning. It's part of your morning ritual practice. Or maybe you do it in the evenings on the couch while you're watching TV with the family. You just take out your pen and start doodling. Another great way to make sure your habit stays in check is to use small sketchbooks with not a ton of paper. I don't know about you, but I really find myself intimidated sometimes by some of these large sketchbooks. And I think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to finish that one. That's all mental stuff. You can get and use any sketchbook you want. But when I go on vacations with the family, my habit that I create for myself is to get one of these small moleskins in the water with the watercolor paper, because I think there's like 30 sheets. And I say to myself, I'm going to finish that sketchbook before I get home. And it works. Even if I'm doing the last page on the plane, doesn't even matter. And also because this is so small, it's so easy for me to carry this around too. All I need is a micron and this little guy, and I can carry it around, and it's easier than for me to have my habit, because I'll just like whip it out when I'm at the restaurant and I'll just start doing a little sketch. And that is also habit forming. If you carry it around with you, you're going to have it all the time. So another way to form a habit with sketchbooks is don't start off trying to do a drawing of whatever, your garden every single day. Maybe you just start by doodling. Maybe you're on the phone talking to somebody and you just start doodling on your page. Maybe you're even writing a few little notes on your page. But you do that each time or each day, and then you'll get into a pattern. And then eventually your doodles might turn into actually little drawings. So don't feel like your sketchbook has to day one be like this sketch of something. It doesn't. I love doodling, and I will doodle all over the place, but it's also just a great way of letting go and moving that pen around on your page. Number 4, what to sketch. All right, so I got some good ideas here on what to sketch. You could sketch what you're eating for breakfast or lunch or dinner, or your coffee or your cup of tea, and whatever you're eating, you could sketch that and enjoy your food. Also, random still lifes. So you could be on a walk, grab a few items, put it in front of you and sketch those. You could look around your house and grab a couple little random items and put them together and call them random still lifes. And then you could write a little note at the bottom of your page that you just did, like the date and the little pieces that you sketched. I love sketching flowers. You could pick a flower, you could look at one, you could grab them actually from books too. You don't have to always have these as real life things. You could be looking through a book and do a sketch from one of your favorite flowers. Always fun to do. Art supplies. We all have art supplies, or most of us have art supplies who are watching this video. Even if it's just a pencil, you can draw that, sketch that. So one thing I'd like to do too, when I'm thinking about what to sketch, I sometimes will put a timer, use my phone, and I'll put like a 10 or 15 or 20-minute timer. The reason I set a timer is, one, if I only have a small amount of time, but two, it gets me into the practice of it not having to be perfect. I'm not going to spend another hour on a sketch if I have other things to do. But setting your timer for 10 or 15 minutes is such a great way to just fill a page, get it done, and then you get into this habit of knowing, okay, I've got like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to see if I can fill my page. And it makes you take that perfection feeling that you have to have, and it's just more about being expressive. There's no limits on what you can sketch. Seriously, you can sketch anything. All right, number 5. Having a sketchbook practice is so affordable. Seriously, all you need is a pen, and all you need is a sketchbook. And that's what, $10, $15. That's it. That's like the price of a sandwich these days. You don't need anything else. Of course, you can add more supplies to it, but it's not like taking a class where you have to go get all the supplies for the class and then that class becomes, $80. Not at all. You can take your sketchbook and your pen, and it could take like a month or two to fill it up, and you are all set, and you don't have to worry about the expense of doing a sketchbook, which is so nice. Okay, number 6, my favorite, the benefits of creating and having a sketchbook habit There's so many, but I think for me, the main one is that I'm creating memories. And when you look at something, when you're sketching it, when you're actually like paying attention to something that you're looking at, you start to see the beauty in it that maybe you didn't see before when you were just passing it by, or even with a photograph. Sometimes you don't really catch all of the little tiny details. When I travel, I notice this a lot where I am really paying attention. And when I'm creating these sketches and I look back on them from years from now and I look through my sketchbooks, it's in a completely different emotion than actually when I look at photos. And I enjoy it so much. It's such an amazing thing to just sit with your sketchbooks and recall all of those memories that you had. And it's such an easy way. It's this visual download right away of when you're sketching, as opposed to just taking a quick picture. You're teaching yourself how to look and see in a different way. It's taking me a few years of my practice to really, now when I go for a walk, I am completely a different person than I was when I went for a walk, let's say 10 years ago. I'm really looking at the different colors, the shapes, the lines. I'm even thinking to myself, oh, that would make a fun little sketch when I go home, things like that. So it just gets you in a mindset of looking at things differently. When you sketch something, you are going to develop this amazing ability to just see the beauty and all of the things. A great benefit is you're teaching yourself how to be better. The more you practice, the better you are. The more you sketch, the better you'll be at whatever you're sketching, drawing, painting, mark making, being expressive. The more you do, the better you're going to get. And that is with everything, but it's 100% truth with sketching. So just keep practicing your 10 minutes a day. You will really start to see a difference in your art. Okay, this is a big one. This is a huge benefit. The more you sketch, the more you create, you are going to start to find your voice and your style. You're going to see what you like, what you don't like, and your uniqueness is going to come out when you're sketching. And you are going to gain such a huge confidence about doing your art practice and doing your sketching. And even all of those benefits I just told you about, a huge one is it's so meditative. And being in the present moment, creating art reduces stress. It's true. Reducing stress and anxiety equals better health. Better health equals happiness. It is so unbelievable when I think of the last 6 years and how much better I feel and how less stress I feel and less anxious I feel. And I wish I could just like hit a button and everybody would like, yes, it's true, it's true, it's true. It is, it is, it is. So trust me on that one. Any type of art practice. I love sketching, but it could be another practice for you. Just please keep doing it because you really are going to feel so much better inside. It makes you be present and it makes you really just be in that moment. And that's going to just bring all sorts of levels of calmness and peace into your life, which is what we all want, right? So I hope I've inspired you to go grab a sketchbook and your pen and start your habit today. And most important, I want you to just have fun because remember, back to number one, there are no rules. All right, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.